Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. This is Shirley with Spirit of Matter, and I want to talk about a topic that I mentioned in my last video, which I think is going to be very relevant for a lot of you. And this is the issue with psychiatric drugs. One thing psychiatric drugs do to person is that they limit your ability to speak. They can induce um, uh, both depression and what people call mania, which means excess energy, excess expenses, and excess sexual energy. Different people respond to it differently. They just mess up with your energy, okay, simply put. Another thing that they do is they cause you to malabsorb food. You combine all these things, and as a person that was prescribed that way back in the days and got off of that thankfully alive, which is not to be underestimated because they induce both suicide, but also because your body tries to take it out of the body, violence, okay? And this is where we get the stigma that people with mental ailment are violent, and then they reduce the stigma, but they don't do anything about changing the way people are treated in crisis. And this is we know that housing first, independent of ability to work, access to nature, for some people growing things, okay, especially if they were hurt from sexual violence. I find that they found it really helpful, even eating from their own crops, not corpse. Yes, or growing corpses of offenders, that is okay. But that thing, oh, this is a bigger flame, calling on Deneb Algadi. But that thing is highly important for you to understand. Housing first, independent of ability to work, access to nature, believing your testimonial. Even people said, aliens kidnapped me. The fuck do we know, okay? The fuck do we know? And like let them be, rather than try to induce things on them. And what is the consequences of not providing housing first and given for those psychiatric pills, whether it's beta blockers, SSRIs, whatnot? The result is the combination that the person is both hungry and is not satiated because they cannot absorb the food. They don't have money for food, so they need to steal food in some way, or to get into unnecessary debt. They are in some, I don't know why some of these pills encourage manic shopping, which is like, it's, you can see how it is induced to produce consumerism in excess. And that can be like people giving checks with no coverage, and people literally being in a place where they don't know, okay, what will happen, and they cannot be in the street because it's not safe. And that is pretty much what happened to me. And when I was settling the debt issue after my first, and then when I left with my second degree, I was settling the issue after paying my debt for 5 years, and what the rest that I was forgiven. The judge told me that he turns to me, the judge that said to outrule with the next of the debt, to basically release me from debt. He looks at me and he says to me, you have no idea how many such cases I get every single day. People were prescribed pills that was causing them manic attacks. They overspent, they got into debt. There is not a day that I don't have a couple of cases like this on my desk. So this is the judge telling me, I'm one case, he was for the many cases. Darling, I was your A top credit score bonds. I am your bonds, okay? I was no debt whatsoever, top credit score, no anything, until for this crisis and until I was prescribed these pills. And I must say to you that if you don't have this crisis, you're not prescribed, your loved ones not prescribed these things, your bonds are prescribed these things, your yield are prescribed these things. But the people that are the most responsible with money, that don't use credit card, with my dispute with my credit card, with the credit card company I worked for, they did not hold credit card because I believed even, and I say this today, even land, even house should be able to buy with cash. In good economy, you should be able to buy with cash, and good economy means not corrupt economy. I said it when I was 16, I said it when I was 20, I said it when I was 40. I said it right now when I'm 40, okay? This is so important for you to understand. And if I could take for these judge words and spread the news to you, I said it in 2017, 2018, when I was forgiven that debt, after paying for 5 years, yes, from welfare, okay, basically taking money from the food that I didn't have, because welfare is not enough, and putting it into those payments. And I'm telling you this because this is so important. There is now we have so much crisis, and people again go to where? To psychology, to psychiatry, again prescribe these pills. They are even worse now. Beta blockers is even worse. And they're designed to get you in debt. They're designed to get you to not be able to speak. They're designed to take your money in the sense of you're not being financially responsible, and to put an apotropos, okay? I was not financially irresponsible. And I'm not saying that to clear my name. I was saying that because you need to understand what is this thing turning people into, and how that is completely a pandemic. Because you take people that will not hold credit card. I did not hold credit. I still today don't hold credit card. Only debit card, because I don't see why use credit. The whole thing with the credit score that you're building up, you're supposed, if you cannot buy a house in cash, land in cash, my darling, you're not an employee, you're not a business person, you are a slave. And I'm saying this per person, per couple, at least 2. Darling, you will divorce and you will need 2 lands and 2 houses. But you have less chances to divorce when you already have 2 lands and 2 houses. Imagine you have 2 children. Voila, we've solved a lot of the problem. And you should be doing this with half job when you're raising baby. There can be happy accidents. People can get pregnant by chance, okay? This shouldn't impair for your life. I was just a person only a little bit supportive of my single parent that also had income. No money to buy pasta at the end of the day. Pasta at a labor's restaurant at the end of the day. A coffee and pasta, or coffee at the end of the day. After I also teach English and work 3 jobs, no money. So that I don't come back angry from work and take it out on my sole parent, or for other people on their children, on their family. For one person to support another person, not 5 children, not 7 children, not a household, not a third of a job, 3 jobs. And it's done to get you into debt, into crime, and then to take the money out of you, to say, put you apotropos, because they say you're irresponsible financially. And what are the jobs that you know what are the jobs? You have to lie to this client. Now I'm setting your monthly return for $400 when your monthly expenses are $4,000 and the interest is almost 20%. Yes, fuck, yes, bank loan me card. But not only, all the banks went after them. All of them had external credit. So it began with the multi-card. It was pretty white. It's lovely, great design. And then continued on. I discontinued. I refused to say that. Because I was selling them cards where people had it with the previous card. I say, I'm renewing your card right now. It's not going to cost you for 3 months. Then it's 99 shekels. But you see this loan that you have on your card, you can change your monthly return because I see you're already in trouble. We got a better product now. Then after we did this, and they sent this to the entire department, entire customer service department, because they also have to sell, I get nothing on the patent. People all up in my paycheck. My tax is higher than my basic income, and I'm proud. I'm proud. And then they tell me I set your monthly return $400. Fuck no. I don't care. No, I don't care whoever. Fuck no. And the motto was לאומי קארד יותר חכם, okay? לאומי card smarter. I kid you not. All conversations recorded. You can see for the conversation, people tell me, I'm setting your monthly return for 40. You won't hear me saying that. Why? Because I didn't do it. And that's the person that later, these are the people that are going to try and frame as financially irresponsible, hurt their credit score so they never have opportunity, and try to take from them the ability to run their own expenses. With your resources, who's going to pay for these loans? The psychiatrists that prescribe the pills, the pharma companies, the credit card companies? Who's going to pay for these loans? Pluto going, remember, 19th of November, how many banks crashed? Who's going to bail them out? You that saw a homeless person and told them get a job instead of having, I had conversations with homeless people, they hold the American dream. Your American dream is on the rocks. Because you see a homeless person in the street and you say get a job, and then you're offered to have a concentration camps and have forced labor of these people, and you say good, they don't want to work. Every one of them holding like manifestation point for the American dream, and you're killing the American dream with your own hand and society. Not all Americans. Okay. Shout out to Spirit and Sundry letting people come with their puppy dogs and children to work and work however they can. So this is really important for you to understand, because I was treating it from recovery from sexual assault, from recovery from MK Ultra, okay? Then understand that no, you're not, scientifically, you're not imagining, because if I was your health professional, to decide whether you imagine, not imagine, I would need to give you housing first, independently of ability to work, access to nature, and to validate your testimony, to believe you, and then see if you say, oh, now that I see that, I see something different, that I was feeling that, but I see what that relates to, okay? You would tell me that. Or alternatively, we would both have to understand that, yes, maybe you were abducted by aliens, maybe you were kidnapped by MK Ultra from afar, and I don't know, they used alien shape for faces, or I don't know what a dumb fuckery, okay? And we'd have to reconsider our sciences and our point of view, rather than your opinion, and try to drag you out of your opinion. This is not science, it's not medicine, it's definitely not psychiatry, psychology, and it's absolutely not economy. And the reason I'm saying that, because so many people right now are dealing with that. If you're not dealing with mental crisis or your loved one, what you're dealing with is understanding why all your expenses, not only the currency change is going to happen, but all your expenses don't yield, because either they compound on interest of forced labor, which they also do to people. They try to put people with psychiatric tagging in forced labor and have you don't get housing, supportive housing, if you don't work, okay? And it's forced labor. And this is human trafficking. They sit there money laundering. And when they complain for what the pills does, so that it can cause heart attack, for some of them in rural places, it's 50 kilometers from the nearest, so an hour and a half from the nearest hospital. They can fall into heart attack anytime. With beta blockers, with Zefrexa, my God, if they can poop, I don't know. So now it's becoming very, very relevant for many, many people because they try to do this on humanity level. Okay, they tried this in 2008. I say, fuck it, I'll get a degree. Call me cuckoo. Call me verrückt. Call me whatever you want. I'll get a fucking degree. Anyway, I want to retreat from this dumb fuckery corruption. I didn't say it in those very words. I held a book that I like to read by Douglas Hofstadter, and I made it very clear that I want a degree. Okay? So I got funding for a degree. Do you think I had food? I did not have money for food, no. You imagine that they give these people to work in chocolate factory, and there's nothing wrong with chocolate factory. I know a woman who is an entrepreneur. She has she's chocolatier. My grandmother was chocolatier. Okay, she lost her 2 feet for that. She loved her job, but she lost her 2 feet for that. They bought a house with that in many years to pay the loan, but they did. Okay. And if she was one day not in the shift, people did not know how to make things because she was responsible for the ingredients and those, when chocolate was still tasty, okay, not this industrialized dumbfuckery, okay, the old elite factory, Ramat Gan City. There's nothing wrong with that, but when you give people pills that they cannot absorb the food and they're constantly hungry and you let them work in chocolate factory and they cannot taste the chocolate, okay, I mean, the Nazis would sit still and study that. Is what I am saying. And people buying that. That is your taxes. That is your taxes. That is your 401k. That is your life insurance. This is the percentage on your mortgage. Okay, that's the hair falling out for those of you. Or stop falling out as you become informed and make the necessary changes. Both holistic medicine and all of this, that rehabilitation, that the mind is set on, hey, this person needs to learn the very basic skills or to change for the decision. And there's nothing wrong with learning better skills and changing for your decisions. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. When I worked in cleaning houses, I was slow cleaning, but what I managed to clean, nobody managed to clean. I think you can see the meta here, in spirit and in matter. Okay? The dirt I managed to, with simple thing, baking soda and some lemon juice. Cleans everything. It clears everything. It's very simple. Very simple trick, okay? Just wear gloves. Okay, I'm not a person that doesn't know how to clean. But if I want to focus on my shine zone, I cannot do that and that and that and that and that and expect things to still be okay on what my shine zone is. That's something I had to learn for myself, by the way. Because I tended to do everything for myself. Okay? And then I felt that it's meaningless to do those simple rudimentary things, and I realized it's not meaningless, but I still can do it, of course, because I'm supposed to provide jobs. I learned it when I did my pedicure, and the woman doing my pedicure told me, I'm waking when I'm on a Saturday or on a Sunday, okay, I am already wanting to go to work, to already put some gel or whatnot. Okay, she loves her job, and I was doing this was after I began to do the half moons, and I feel the same. I'm waiting for the next half moon. I feel invigorated. Okay, then you know a person is in doing the job that they're supposed to be doing. You gave me to clean those really dirty things that people thought nothing would come off them. I loved that. You think this is not going to be clean at the end of the day? Wait and see. It hasn't seen me. Okay, simple. Baking soda, lemon. All you really need. And again and again and again. Okay? But you let me wash the house every day. I don't know. You put the best of music, I still can't do it. Every day. Every day. Every week. No. Then pay for somebody. You'll be in a good economy. You should be able to take somebody who's able to do that. And pay them good enough so that they are doing what they're supposed to do. Buying house, growing families, traveling the world, whatever. We've learned that is incorrect to think. That you can actually make a living going to work. But for you that are in crisis and sending your loved ones on a psychiatry drill, okay, prepare your wallets. Prepare your wallets is what I gotta say. Not for paying the psychiatrist, but for paying off the debt. From when they tell you this, if they don't take these pills, they're gonna die, and you believe this person is crazy, making bad choices with their lives. No, they're seeing things that you don't know. Their own body sensing things that you don't. My body was not able to work in the last couple of years. I'm like, why? Why? 7th of October, don't found the Holocaust, don't found any genocide of any people, your people or other people. The body has intelligence. What can I say? What was blocking when I was looking at what's happening to my business, I was shown where my taxes go. And because I got funding for degree from the welfare, because I have basic income from the welfare, I didn't think about the other things that this money does, because I didn't think about it, that I managed to set so much boundaries to that system of slavery and exploitation that most people don't. So I've gotten so good at liberating myself from slavery and liberating others from slavery. Not that I'm liberating them, I'm providing access that they can take on and do something about this. I've gotten so fucking good at that I didn't pay attention that my taxes, even as I receive welfare, still go to funding slavery. And whichever workplace you go, it's kind of like, well, I'm setting your monthly return for $400, and the next is almost 20% interest. Compounding. When you're... Have a great job. They managed to fuck up holistic medicine. I worked for a tellers for holistic medicine at HMO. I thought, this is wonderful. I believe in holistic medicine. And so they don't let people see the people they're supposed to meet with and schedule holistic medicine. I think, what is this? Why avoid this? The rights is this, is that. Then I speak to the person at the HMO, the secretary. She tells me, listen, Shirley, it's not what you think that it is. They don't know where they're going. They're not going to go to these places. They don't even speak the language. They close the door on them. Some people with trauma, so with war trauma, with Holocaust trauma, with trauma of imprisonment, they close the door all on them. Claustrophobic people, okay, come for meeting. They close the door on them. They make them sign for this. They lose their rights because they pay for this. They don't know what they signed, and they don't let them go until they signed. I'm like, they managed to fuck up reflexology, warm stones treatment, like they managed to fuck up, like it's like fucking up pizza. They managed to fuck up pizza. Okay, that fucking up pizza is not very difficult. It is basically hidden business for drug cartel that is always infused with human trafficking and child kidnapping. But that's the thing. That's the trail. And I was talking about that, okay, relative to, I don't know even what, like, I don't even know what was done to, what were they trying to do to me behind my back. But it was definitely not giving, it's not giving justice, okay? Let's just put it that way. It's not giving justice. Why? Because these people think that if you have welfare, you live on their account. But they don't understand that my welfare money goes to your account when I do reflexology, when I do pedicure, when I need someone to clean my house because I don't have ability to do it myself, or to do my nails in the feet because I don't have ability to do that myself. Then you get paid. Your business gets paid. Your taxes return into your compound. But you're so busy thinking I'm living on your account that you almost losing for your account because of that. And when these people are your psychologist, because they are in a cult, I don't know what this Masonic cult is. I have no idea, okay, what this is, like the MK Ultra is. It's just so bizarre. I was like, were you not comfortable with receiving money? You try to take from my income of the welfare. Like what what Or maybe somebody used my identity and there is some money that I don't know about. I don't know, and then they're trying to steal this money that I don't know about. Well, it's not mine. My income is welfare. 4,200 shekels, a bit less. They will raise it, I think, in 150 in January. This is what I do for a living. Okay, you think about it, it's about less than $1,500 or 1,500 euros. It's about 800 euros, I think, maybe not even 1,000, very close to 1,000 it would be after January. This is what I make for a living. It's no other income. No golden planes, no bombardiers hiding in the backyard. Just really, I don't know what you're coming for. But if you find something else, let's share the dividends. I don't know. Oh my God. The people that had my details, they were Itamar Yaron, which was my psychologist. That he knew I also have Dutch passport. Ido Nevo, because I was his student. He had my ID. Shani Sarudi, because she sees bank account. She's holistic. She's actually a great teacher, other than the fact that she had this issue that she needs to fix. But everybody has issues, right? Those are basically the people. Yes, I don't think Moshe Dubinin or Musa Dubinin, Vladislav Dubinin was doing any such thing. I would be very surprised if he was doing such thing. But I don't think that this was his thing. And I don't think my mother doing such thing, obviously, because she's not... because that's the person that has to put their money out. Okay? So those are the people. Okay, my father is a mechanic. I again don't think he's trying to blackmail me in any which way. So it has to be either one of these three people, okay? Or some person they worked with, or some person I don't know about, a bank teller I don't know about, okay? If there's something there that I don't know about, then I don't know about this. And it must be after 2017, 2018, because that's when I did go to court to fix for the forgiveness of the debt. So it must be quite recent. Otherwise they would see, the judge would tell me there's that and that on your name. I would say, what? That was around 2017, 2018. 2018 for sure, because I was by Itamar Yaron already, and that was 2018. Began and then ended 2019. So it was like, I think 17 November 2018, I was given the forgiveness. And that means that whatever anybody wrote on my name, which could only be people that knew either Itamar Yaron or Ido Nevo or Shani Sarudi, unless it's some bank teller or some, okay? And I also didn't change my address, okay? I don't believe that was the person that was living door to door 5 years with me, because he had the chance. I had credit card that was sent to there, and he had the chance if he wanted to use that or to do fraud, which he didn't do, okay? So he did other things. It was MK Ultra, it was energy sensitive, it was energetically attacking me, assaulting me, whatnot. That's the reason I ran out, but that he didn't, that thing for to mess with that, I don't think it's him. So if there is anything that I don't know about, that they try to take from me, first of all, it's not mine to begin with. Okay, so they stole it from somebody else and wrote it on my name. Secondly, only people who had my ID, knowing that I have Dutch nationality, Israeli nationality, were Itamar Yaron, Ido Nevo, and Shani Sarudi. Those four, and I'm not saying any one of them did anything about this. But that would definitely be something to look at if there is something that shouldn't be written on my name, whether a business or a house or property or land or I don't know, including a debt, by the way, because I have no debts on my name. There's one check for the makler who asked me if I sleep with my mom, that of course was not respected. The next one accidentally was respected. I didn't even mean to respect it. I just had no power to take money out of the bank. So it was respected, okay? So there's really no debt on my name either. And that very check returned last month and this month, that's that you got my entire credit score, you got my entire bank statements with this declaration. That's what you're trying to go for? $1,500? Less than $1,500, less than $1,000, mind you. But I don't know, what can I say? Whatever is there is not mine. Unless I was somehow inheriting money that I don't know about. And then that money never reached me. So in this case it is mine, but it never reached me. If this is what these people trying to steal, then those are the places that I would look for to begin with, although that can be unrelated to them. That can be some bank fraud, some, Ask people like Ronald Bernard, who are the type of people that do this, because that was his job, but he was redeemed himself before that, so I don't think that he personally is involved with such things, but he may know for some people that are. Or the structure that tells you for who to look for, what rank to look for, that is in terms of banking. Okay, but if it's personal fraud, and I get that this one is to do with secret society and to do with such things, and that's the only thing that I can think about. And Itamar Yaron did go for my ID a lot and send people to threaten me, to try to kidnap me, try to burn me. There was a psychiatrist that saw. She said, thank you for, hugged me, said, thank you for not going with these people. These are the people that he sent. And maybe Ido Nevo was also involved. Maybe those were his students. You're going to go through the list of Dr. Ido Nevo's students in all places where he taught, which is Ben Gurion, which is Ivrit University, Ben Gurion University, which is in Sapir College. Then, if there is some fraud on my name, look for the students, if they are involved. But definitely don't take the person that told you you need to be able to be buying everything with cash and try to frame them as a person that doesn't know how to manage themselves financially, because that's going to backfire. That's what's up.